And we're back to Atlantis. No warnings for this one, so let's get right to it, my dudes. Whoop! So all starting players have finally gathered and joined this Atlantis syndicate through their own unfortunate events. One being proclaimed a father by a hellspawn child, one needing bone replacement surgery, and one having a head invasion and losing an eye, and one losing her whole family, but hey, she got a cool flower. What a nice trade. Anyways. They get to meet each other and introduce themselves, which sadly I can't say or give anything too eventful because, well, we were all awkward new babies with these things. So it was very basic, just going around the room and saying their name, rank, and specialty. After the basic introductions, they meet all the bosses of the division, including the last one, the fourth boss in charge of all combat and weaponry, Tina Albotrell. A tiny but mighty woman with a lot of hair that can somehow hold her weapons? Like a bag of holding? That's something to answer in a future video. But yes, so, as they've met their 4 new bosses, they learn the purpose of the Syndicate. The Syndicate is technically a smaller branch division of a larger one. A larger one that is solely all about dealing with the supernatural situations, whether it be settling conflict between 2 tantrum-throwing monsters, or hunting down a nest of vampires to destroy. There's also a lot of mafia mentality and a bunch of other stuff, but that doesn't matter as we focus on this branch alone. The one that was made to specifically find Atlantis. Now, they still do their basic job of dealing with a lot of various supernatural shit, but their main focus is to try to find the lost city of Atlantis. Why? Well, not all the reasons were given since they were new ranks, but they were told how their base actually holds what they believe to be a locked and forgotten gateway to Atlantis. See, their base was set up out in the countryside, secretly underground beneath a fake ranch house. I drew a couple of environment pieces for it back then, which I'll throw up onto the screen now. Bam! 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 And the area with the rooms! Bam! But now the area that we're talking about now? Bam! Ba-ba-booey! This one. You see, through the boss's own research and hearings of strange activity in this area, they ended up finding an underground water cavern. Except the water that should usually be flooding the place was pulled up and stuck in place as a firm wall. Not frozen as ice, still wet and free-flowing, almost as if behind glass, but there wasn't any. Around it were unknown ruins carved into the stone around this wall of water. This was their starting point into Atlantis not being just a fantasy anymore. This is what made them dive head first into really pushing for this discovery, for a big reason that they wouldn't reveal for a while. But here, the bosses tell and show the new recruits of this wall and how that is their job and main purpose here in this division. They inform that other members know of this goal as well, but not all of them were here out of the same interest. Some were simply assigned here to fill needed slots as this division began. So let me introduce all the NPCs that are going to be around this base. Besides the 4 bosses that we have met, Kadir, Svante, Rena, and Tina, there are 5 other NPCs of middle rank here at the base. The one that works under Kadir in the social specialties is Imani. He is a very sweet, easygoing, and patient guy. He used to run a coffee shop, but now he's here because of reasons that never got explained. Maybe one day. Then, the one that works under Svante in the crafting and mechanics field is Fiona, a sturdy lass that works well with her hands, especially in engineering larger metal-based equipment or modes of transportation. She's a happy-go-lucky girl that just got along well under Svante's mentorship, so she followed after him when he started this division. Under Rena is someone who we met for a short moment in Karth's tutorial, Dakota. She works in the intelligence field under Rena and is a big fucking gremlin that has a hard time understanding boundaries and really just does whatever she wants. She's here because, well, honestly, no division wanted to deal with her shenanigans. Rena ended up among the only one that could take on Dakota and handle her. Plus, despite all her quirks, Rena can easily see the skill that Dakota possesses. Lastly, Tina actually has 2 members under her in the combat specialties. One is someone we met in Quinn's tutorial, Hanya. He is a large man who is polite yet reserved in his own way, but he's more open and around his friend Quinn. Besides how he seems to have known the bosses for several years now and has a friendship with them, he also joined this division for personal reasons that were yet to be revealed. The second middle-ranking member that works under Tina is a girl named Kim, who, well, frankly, she's a cold bitch. She barely has time for anyone and is easily irritated. But man, can she kick ass. She is someone that joined simply because she was assigned here to fill a role. And so these are the members of the Atlantis division and who this new team got to meet. After all that, they immediately got assigned to handle a task. Tina, the resident tiny mom, ends up being the one to give the team their first mission. Hell yeah, let's go! Let's go and... collect water? Yes. Their first mission was going into town and collecting water samples to bring back. Which they did while a couple of senior members watched over them to see how they worked together. But that will be talked about in the next video, as the team runs into an interesting character by the water. This group has a knack for meeting interesting people, actually, but again, you'll learn about that next time. And you will also learn about something else next time, because I have a special announcement to tell you all next week. So, I hope you all look forward to that. For now, thank you all for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep your heads above water.